Oh, go ahead, Kristen.
If I could just add one other thing about collaboration is we didn't really talk about collaboration with the customer. So we take the relationship maps, for example, and we go back to the customer and we say, what are we missing? Now this is dependent on the fact that you have to have a coach in there, somebody who's willing to help you. But this is what we think your organization looks like. This is what we think that where we think the decisions are going to happen. What are we missing? And in addition, we sit down with our customers when we're talking about the deals and what we're going to be focusing on, and we listen to them to understand where they think their gaps are. We know what we think about our, where their gaps are, but they too have gaps. And so we use a lot of the documents, maybe most of the time in the form that they come out, sometimes not, depending on the conversation, but we use them to help us have those collaborative conversations with our customers.
It's it's a scary thing. It's funny when we have when we have a new salesperson joining our organization and we say to them, okay, so you've built out your relationship strategy. Did you ask the customer if it's right? And they're like, why would I ever do that? Like, that's a terrible idea. And you're like, no, try it. Like if it's somebody, because more often than not, that person has a stake in the game, right? They have a reputation internally that they're looking out for. They might have ambitions of going higher in the organization, and you get connected to a really important project and it's successful, then you want the people that are supporting that success to be successful. So we ask them very often, and it's a really scary thing to do, to share your relationship map and say, okay, who am I missing on this map? And then another really interesting question to ask. So once you have that all kind of put out there, but going to the customer and saying, okay, this is how I understand it. Where are my gaps? Okay, great. They're showing me the gaps. Now, what does this map need to look like in order for us to win? And you'll see a light bulb go off. Like, well, Divya over here doesn't really like Jane over there, and they're fighting for budget. And so in order for us to win, we actually have to make this person over here a supporter. And we have to figure out a way of doing that. And by the way, these people influence that person. I mean, you don't get that kind of information by a sales manager and a salesperson talking about a relationship strategy. You're missing some really key components.
It's amazing what customers are willing to share back with you.
Yeah.
So if you become vulnerable, I think you're gonna get a lot more from the relationship.